This is the fourth video in session 1 of rail transport. It will cover the acronyms and terms and balances. You know, in every industry there are certain jargons and expressions that are used, and to be a part of it or to feel like a practitioner, you would have to understand these acronyms, terms, and whatnot, so that you can really communicate effectively in the industry. Let's begin with OSJD. OSJD stands for Organization for Cooperation of Railway. OTIF stands for Intergovernmental Organization for International Carriage by Rail. RID stands for Regulation Concerning the International Carriage of Dangerous Goods. RIV stands for Agreement Governing the Exchange and Use of Wagons between Rail Undertakings. RIC is just like RIV, except that it covers passenger transport. AGC is European Agreement on Main International Rail Routes. AGTC is European Agreement on Important International Combined Transport Lines and Related Installations. CEC stands for Central and Eastern European Countries. CER stands for Community of European. CIT stands for International Rail Transport Committee. CIM stands for Contract for International Carriage of Goods by Rail. COTIF stands for Convention Concerning International Carriage by Rail. CT stands for Combined Transport. CUV is for Uniform Rules Concerning Contract of Use of Vehicles in International Rail Traffic. MLA stands for Basic Multilateral Agreement of TRASICA. MTT/ETT is International Transit Tariff. This is the Russian abbreviation of OSJD for OSJD members. You know about that later on. NIS stands for New Independent States, and these are the Commonwealth states from the former USSR. NHM stands for Harmonized Commodity Code, or HS, Harmonized Systems. FCL stands for Full Container Load. GCT-CIM is General Terms and Conditions of Carriage of International Freight Traffic by Rail, drawn by CIT. UN EDIFAC stands for United Nations Rules for Electronic Data Interchange for Administration, Commerce and Transport. SWL stands for Single Wagon Load. UNEC, UNIS, stands for United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. UNESCAP is United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific. SDR stands for Special Drawing Right. DIUM or DIOM is Uniform Distance Table for International Freight Traffic. ECO is Economic Cooperation Organization that is made up of Islamic states. EDI is Electronic Data Interchange. ERA is European Railway Agency. FBL stands for Fiata Bill of Lading. CL is carload or full carload. LCL is less carload or loose carload. GIN or GIN stands for Goods Identification Note, and this is used by Ghana Railway Company Limited. TRASICA stands for Transport Corridor Europe Caucasus Asia. TAR stands for Trans-Asian Railway. UIP stands for International Union of Private Wagons. UNICITRAL is United Nations Commission on International Trade Law. TRASICA is Transport Corridor Europe Caucasus Asia. UIC stands for International Union of Railway. UIRR is International Union of Combined Railroad Transport Companies. UTI stands for Intermodal Transport Unit. SMGS is International Agreement on International Rail Freight, which represents Russian and Asian countries. That's the Eastern version of the CIM. There are a few terms that I would want you to understand in terms of rail transport so that you don't get them wrong. When we say a carrier in rail transport, we refer to the contractual carrier with whom the consignor has concluded the contract of carriage in accordance with CIM rules, or successive carrier who is liable on the basis of the contract. The term substitute carrier stands for the carrier who has not concluded the carriage of contract of carriage with the consignor, but to whom the contractual carrier has entrusted the performance of the carriage by rail in total or in part. Let me take the substitute carrier again. Substitute carrier is the carrier who has not concluded the contract of carriage with the consignor, but to whom the contractual carrier has entrusted the performance of the carriage by rail in total or in part. In rail transport, forwarding station is the station serving the point goods are accepted for carriage. I repeat, forwarding station is the station that serves as the point where goods are accepted for carriage. And the destination station is the station serving the delivery point of cargoes. These are a few terms that you have to get yourself familiar with them. Please don't get them mixed up with other terms that you know. There are many of those acronyms and abbreviations that will take time to get familiar with them. But now and again, if you keep going back to them and use them, they will help you. It is helpful to know those abbreviations, acronyms, and terms, because when you read journals in rail transport, normally they use such terms and acronyms rather than general terms. This brings us to the end of session 1 of rail transport module.